All right, so let's touch on some of the other headlines that I need to catch up on. And yes, I will absolutely be making my own 2028 merch and throwing it in the pop-up shop. So I'll let you know. Don't worry. You know I'm hopping on that. You know I'm hopping on that because it's just too juicy. I have to do it, especially for the town that I live in. I have to do it. So, but in world news, the leaders that promised everyone that they were going to bring world peace immediately, and Vice President Harris was going to bring on the next, WW3, and so that was why so many people went with Team Angry Narcissist Man with ego instead of the one with a plan and legal background and world relationships and all those other things. Because scary lady, So now we've got like India and Pakistan going at it. We've got USA versus the mother-loving world. You've got the Russia-Ukraine talks falling apart. You've got the ice cream and olive land doing what they always do. And the European Union against co-sugar daddy doo-doo. So yes, Team White Meritocracy is gently or not so gently ushering in the next WW, and all of the swallowers and two-teethers are like, fine with me. This is what Jeebus likes. So here we are. Jeebus likes fats and capitalism. The disease registry for autism that a bunch of non-scientists and non-medical professionals wanted to illegally access everyone's medical records to compile so that they could for themselves feel out a cause of the disease of autism, because the doctors said it's genetic, and that hurts their feelings. They're supposed to be genetically superior, so that can't be it. It must be an outside influence that's being introduced. So yeah, that met so much backlash that they're now at least publicly walking it back. Who knows what they're doing privately, but at least publicly they're no longer talking about that like it's a good idea. You know, another registry illegally compiled. Not the best idea. But they did, I believe, issue an executive order allowing teachers to use capital punishment on students again. I haven't read that one. But again, remember when I said watch out for the steeple people? Remember when I said I used to go to steeple people schools? Remember when I told you they put their hands on the kids? They just executive ordered it, okay? They executive ordered for it to be allowable. And yes, I'm sure it's going to meet court and all that. But the point is, I told you, these are the we love children people, okay? They want strangers to be able to take a paddle to your kid because they were offended about their personal faith. Okay, that's what they're bringing back. I went to those schools. It gets much worse than them just paddling people in front of the classroom. I've had teachers force the students to sit in a chair and go to the bathroom on themselves in front of the class and to sit in the mess anyway over something like answering a question wrong. It's bad. It's very bad, and that's where they're going. So, just a heads up on that. Let's see. The court gutted that executive order where he tried to executive order the SAVE Act. The court's 120-page evisceration of everything they tried to just do in that. I already told y'all about China coming right out and saying they're lying. They're lying. We're not talking to them. There's no this. They started this. They don't get to put this on us and blame us for retaliating. We are down 10 toes. We will take this to the end. We've been around 5,000 years. We'll be around another 5,000 years. We are not worried about Grandpa Diaper Man. Okay, we're making deals with the rest of the world, and we're telling the rest of the world not to talk to y'all because you're not trustworthy. And they aren't wrong. They aren't wrong. Apparently, the United States made a secret deal with Rwanda, one similar to the El Salvador deal. So people are now being disappeared and sent to Rwanda as well without due process, etc., etc. Meanwhile, the undocumented these people in Mexico are telling Mexicans to get off their property. So I really hope that the president down there starts exporting the undocumented Americans to a third-party country. I hope they do. I hope they do. I hope they do. And of course, Unky Drunky Whiskey Petey, who is more focused on making sure he has a makeup studio in the Pentagon than actually doing his job. The guy who's trying to get security clearances for his wife, who's not a government employee, so that she's allowed to sit in on all his meetings and make sure he's not sticking it to anyone else. Because remember, he boinged his way to the middle. Well, some of y'all said he boinged his way up the step stool. So now she needs to be with him at all times to make sure he's not boinging anyone else behind her back because she's wife number 3. Yeah, he's so paranoid about who's leaking his activity that he's trying to polygraph folks at the Pentagon to find out who's telling on all his drunken mistakes. So yeah, I mean, that's not everything, but that's just a quick little touch on how much winning these people are doing, how wonderful, and we are great again. Great Depression. Great, but hey, they were right. Halfway. They got the greatness they wanted. I don't know if it's the greatness they thought they wanted, but they're not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you this is the greatness they wanted. This is perfect. They want this. They want this. They really want. They do. They do. They definitely want this.